What's up, my hoey little ho-hobas? This is Rob from My Gay Guy Plays, and today we are back with another installment of the Weekly Nightwave, the series where we take a look at this week's acts and find the most entertaining or most efficient way to take them on. Now, we do have a Warframe of the week, which has been a blessing to help me level up all of these goddamn cool weapons. We also have some watch list recommendations, one of which makes me want to throw myself into a black hole just for fun, and I also wanted to go ahead and discuss the future of Nightwave. But before we jump into any of that, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's acts. Now, in all honesty, there is not much overlap here, which made me very, very sad. You'll see that from our first two weeklies, in fact. Now, our first daily is Marksman, which is kill 40 enemies with headshots. Jumping into our weekly, we have Conservationists, which is complete 6 different perfect animal captures in the Orb Valis, which I don't know why they didn't do, Venus Fisher. I know they did that last week. Maybe they could do Venus Miner or something, but now we gotta go to the Plains of Eidolon to catch 6 rare fish in the Plains of Eidolon. Then we have Operative, which is complete 3 spy missions. Then we have Polarized. Just once, we only have to polarize one thing, which comes in damn handy, especially since we're doing a lot of the Kuvo weapon leveling. Then we have Saboteur, which is complete 3 sabotage missions. Moving along from that, we have our Elite Weekly, which is Sortie Expert, complete 3 sorties. So, of course, that takes up a decent chunk of the week, so make sure you're doing at least 3 of those. And then we have Survival, which is complete, well, I can't talk tonight, a survival mission reaching at least 30 minutes. Now, of course, you could totally polarize something within those 30-minute waves. In addition to all of that, you can definitely get your headshots in with all of that as well. One of the things that I do want to point out, which I think is kind of cool, is that the spy missions will give you a chance to get your hands on some of the new Parazon mods, so go ahead and enjoy that. As well as the Conservationists. Oh wait, that's not in the Plains of Eidolon. Well, while you're catching rare fish in the Plains of Eidolon, see if you can get your Kavat infected. Because I don't know what happened. I had one of my Kavats infected, and I was kind of like waiting, because when you do an imprint, it'll actually remove the Vasca virus from them, and a part of me is like, do I want to get rid of like this cool red glow? And then I did it, and then all of a sudden it went away, and I was like, well, man, I should have just used my damn imprinty thing on them. So while I'm out getting some fish in the Plains of Eidolon, you damn well know I'm gonna be trying to infect my cat at the same time, because we all want an infected pussy, right? So that's it for our weekly acts. But before we do, let's go ahead and have a quick chat about Nightwave and where Nightwave is going next. Now, one of the things that I'm kind of weary about is because currently where we are in Warframe is it's about November, December-ish, right? And we don't really have a 100% confirmation that DE is going to be able to get New War out. In fact, there's a lot of talks about Empyrean coming out before New War. Now, I'm not sure if it's Empyrean Dry Dock they're talking about releasing before New War, or if it's all Empyrean that's coming out before New War. But last time I checked, I was pretty sure that Empyrean was supposed to come out sometime early next year. So I'm like, all of the timeline thingies that I'm seeing are a little bit jumbled. Now, we usually get some sort of quest line that comes in from November to December. Now, clearly, we're about halfway-ish into Nightwave, so I could see this going on for another couple of weeks to get more ranks in, but that would kind of suck if we didn't have a quest by the end of this year. So I'm kind of wondering if Nightwave could almost play a part into that. Now, last time they did kind of release one of the little prologues, which wasn't a true quest. It was just kind of like us following a little blob and it giving us a little bit of a lore tidbit, which would be kind of cool to see, whether it's introducing an Empyrean or introducing in a little New War. But wouldn't it be kind of cool if we had a Nightwave that would slide us into New War? Right? So we would get tidbits from Nora telling us what's kind of going on with the whole system. I mean, come on, she's a radio host. She's reporting on all of these things that are kind of going on with the Wolf of Saturn 6 and the Emissary. Why not kind of give us a little bit of a heads up about maybe some sort of sentient attack? right? So I think that it would be a really, really cool way for them to get in a little bit of a quest before the end of the year, maybe towards like the mid to end of December, just to kind of get things rolling. But to be completely honest with you, I am a little bit bummed if we don't see something before the end of this year. I know that they're working, and I know that they're grinding, I know that they're polishing up all of the things that are going on with Kuvaliches, and I'm very happy to see them really put in some effort for this type of content, you know? It's like not the new player-friendly BS that we've been seeing a lot. And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with new player-friendly BS, but when that's all you've been getting time and time again, it's nice to see a little bit of a flip of the script. Now, as you can see, our Warframe of the week is not Grendel, and maybe it should have been Grendel. I was thinking about making it Grendel, but you know who I've been playing a lot? Wisp. And you know why I've been playing her a lot is because of the fact that she's got some great buffs that will help you level up weapons. In addition to that, she's got invisibility and... Okay, so that's my build for her. Got invisibility, she can kind of get to places where she needs to get, but at the same time, if you're using some shit like the Kuvasier and you keep running out of ammo because the only other weapon you're leveling along with it is the Kuva, what is it called? Anyaga. So you're using a heavy weapon and you're just using this like little piddly BS piece of shit over here that only has 27 of its max ammo. You're like, God damn it, please send me an angel so you can end up using Wisp's ultimate for a little bit of damage at the very end while you try to go ahead and collect some ammo. So she's got a little bit of everything that will help you level your weapons without necessarily putting out damage. Because for those of you guys who don't know how affinity works, if a Warframe makes a kill with the ability, all of the affinity goes to the Warframe. So in this way, she sets you up for a lot of success with your weapons, also helps keep you alive with some health regeneration and all of that kind of stuff, and she's got some really, really great CC abilities, which will help you take out enemies. Now, of course, the CC ability, her little, what is it called? Her little Juji Kabobber Breach Surge. There you go. I can't remember. Listen, it's consistent. I don't remember the names of anything. But literally with Breach Surge, you can use that to kind of like stun enemies, get headshots, deal more damage. It does, of course, send out those little wisps that could potentially kill enemies. But listen, when you're leveling up weapons, sometimes you don't get choosy. Now, I understand that she may not be the 100% best for leveling up weapons, but I've been having a lot of fun with her, especially because, you know, you can kind of toss her down in an ESO and really kind of start helping out your team, but also helping yourself out, right? So if you've not tried her out for leveling weapons, definitely give her a shot. I've been having a ton of fun with her. Now, let's go ahead and jump into our watch list recommendations. I feel bad because last week, number one, last week we didn't do a Nightwave, and to be honest, it kind of totally threw off my week this week. Like, when I was, like, going through, right before I started recording, I was like, oh my god, I have to scramble to finish all of my Nightwaves. But because of the fact that I always put it in my head during these weekly Nightwave segments, like, a part of me is cognizant of what I have to do, so I kind of knocked them out, like, what is it called? Knock them out organically, as opposed to having to jump in artificially to get them done. So it's kind of nice to be back. But the two YouTube channels I'm going to highly suggest you watch, because I've just been like letting them run in the background. Astrum, which is amazing and wonderful and beautiful. They talk a lot about the universe, like what the satellites and probes have all taken pictures of and seen. They actually have this great series where they went through the best photos that Hubble has ever taken and will show you all of these beautiful galaxies. So I've been in very space mode as of late. And then the other one is also very similar, which is Riddle, where they go through all of the different things that are like in the universe, even some weird sciencey stuff, and kind of like ask and pose some really, really odd questions. One of which was, what does it look like watching somebody go into a black hole? And what does it look like if you're staring out from that black hole? And a part of me is like, yo, if I'm gonna die, maybe throw me in a motherfucking black hole. I'm really curious as to what it looks like from there. Now, the thing is, everybody says that when they're looking at you from the black hole, you're gonna be stretched, right? And that your body is gonna snap. But if you watch their video, it's like weird because you experience it differently as you're going in the black hole, because what they're seeing is not what you're experiencing. And I'm like, oh my god. And they're talking about the fact that like, oh, people will watch you get vaporized, but you're not actually getting vapor. It's weird. Just watch that episode. It's so good. The next thing that I watched, and I want to see how you guys feel about it, because I'm a little wishy-washy, but of course, Vivzy Pop released Hazbin Hotel, the pilot episode for that. Now, it is a cartoon, and it's basically about the Princess of Hell, trying to figure out how to deal with the increase in population without necessarily vaporizing everybody. So instead, she creates a hotel where she's going to try to rehabilitate people, including a very interesting little gay porn star. Just putting that out there. So basically what ends up happening is she's trying to rehabilitate people to send them to heaven. And everybody in hell is like, girl, what you doing? You crazy. A lot of people have talked about how it's supposed to be very, like, what's the word I want to say? It's like very vulgar and very rude and all that kind of, and me, like, personally, I found nothing wrong with it. I thought it was very entertaining. So if you like me and my vulgarity and my rudeness, go ahead, check that out. But the only thing I will say is there's a lot of singing. And I'm not a fan of I know I'm gay, but I'm not a fan of musicals. And now, also for Netflix, moving on, we're gonna make this quick. I'm watching the Great British Bake Off. You guys know that I'm a big fan of that. But they have the holiday edition out. They have the holiday and they have the festive edition. I don't know what the difference is, but there's 2 different editions, so go check that out. I haven't watched them yet, but I have them marked. Also, I'm watching Mindhunters. Everybody's told me that Mindhunters is, like, amazing. I don't know if I'm really getting into it, so let me know if I should just stay strong and keep watching it. Last but not least, I got a lot of recommendations from this one in a previous video about The Expanse on Amazon Prime. It's supposed to be an amazing sci-fi show. Reinforce that to me. Is it as good as what everybody is telling me? Regardless, that's gonna do it for this installment of the Weekly Nightwave. Let me know what you guys are watching out there on your Nightwaves. Let me know what Warframes you're using to level up all of these damn cool weapons. And also, where is Nightwave going from here? I don't know. Let me know if you've heard something through the grapevine, because legitimately, I would love it to lead me into new war. So that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and thank you for listening to me ramble. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!